Oh, here. Okay. Time to tweet this link, girl. Oh. Da, 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 da. Shane Labuna. Hi. Hi. Love your reaction vids. Thanks, Shane. PV3, PV3. Hey. Sister Satan Anthony. Hey. Okay. Alex. Oh my goodness. Alex Cockle. Hello. Hello. Okay, you guys. Let me just, ooh, let me just tweet out the link to this stream, and then we will get started. Okay. Da, da, da. Alex Cockle got season 2, episode 7 on channel 4 in 3 hours 40 minutes. Are you talking about season 7? Oh, been tracking your vids forward. Don't mind about spoilers. Are you talking about what's it called? Handmaid's Tale? Someone for me. Doo 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 doo. JD, hiya. Alright. Just let me tweet out the link that we're live. Oh, someone just like tweeted a really iconic moment from The Cosby Show, even though like it's really problematic to like that show. Okay, we're live. Join us here. You guys, I've been so disorganized in terms of like putting the title of the stream, like the actual correct title of the stream, because like I think about 3 months ago, it's been that long, I used to title like live stream number and then the number was, but I honestly don't even know what number live stream this is. So hopefully if I'm like, you know, a little more focused, I can go back and keep count of how many live streams we've done so far. Alex Cockle, Handmaid. Oh, okay, you're talking about Handmaid's Tale. Channel 4 terrestrial free to air channel are airing it. Cool. Let me just make sure that this worked. Okay, great. If you're just joining, if you guys wouldn't mind liking the stream, that would be great. Help me out a lot. But yeah, Alex Cockle says we pay for a TV license here in the UK. Oh, interesting. I never understand how like it's so interesting to me to hear about how like TV stations and networks work in different countries. And especially how like you guys internationally receive the American shows. So it's like everything here is very specific to the network, but I think when you go overseas, it's like they kind of mesh all of these different shows that appear on different networks on the same network, which is interesting because that's how it was when I went to the Philippines. Shane Abuna, are you a Filipina? Yes, I am. I'm full Filipino. Nino Liberte Fiaz, morning, big capital letters, morning, hello. Um, yeah, so, what are you guys up to? Today is Sunday. It's Sunday morning here in the US, California specifically. Um, I know it might be like Sunday afternoon where some of you guys are, or even maybe Sunday evening, or possibly very, very, very early Monday morning. Uh, what are you guys up to today? Today I have to finish editing a video that I have planned to be released on Wednesday. And then I really need to get started on my travel vlog that really, really, really needs to come out tomorrow because I've been so bad with making sure they all come out on time. It's like I say every Monday, but it's like I do it on a Monday and then it takes me like 2 weeks for the next one to come out. So need to get on that. And then hopefully today I'm planning on um, going to the park and going on a run because it's been a while and I really, really, really need to exercise. So that's like the plan in my head, but I don't know if that's necessarily going to happen. Alex Cockle, TV license allows us to receive slash consume TV, and it gets sliced to fund the BBC, our main stater, stat, our main state broadcaster. Look up the TV tropes. Entry on the Beeb sometime and co-founds ITV and C4, who also get advertising funding. Oh, interesting. Cool. They had they and C5 are the main terrestrial channels. We also have Freeview and FreeSat. Wow. That's so interesting because it's just so different here in the US. But that's cool. The TV business models in different countries. As well as Sky U, the main satellite subscription service. Oh, I've heard of Sky Network before. Like sometimes when I've watched press junkets of specific shows, they'll like say, "Hey, make sure you're watching Sky Network to catch such and such show." And then it'll be like different shows from different networks again, but that's cool. Sky and Virgin, who are the main cable provider. Sky is part owned by Rupert Murdoch. Oh, okay. Isn't he the Rupert? Oh, wait, no, it's someone else. Okay. Good morning, y'all. Yes, Steffi, hair up. Oh, Katie, good morning, y'all. Yes, Steffi, hair up for Northwest realness. I know, I'm serving you like Northwest looks right now, right? Say Alex Cockle, same guy who owns Fox. Okay, that's who I thought it was. That's why back in the day when I used to be really obsessed with Glee, I remember when Glee was starting to air in different countries, and then specifically in the UK, like watching them do press and saying like, "Yep, Glee's coming to Sky Network," so that makes sense. I think like it makes sense too hearing that like American Crime Story are is airing on Sky because that's FX and it's like all within the Fox family. CS, what is your favorite music genre? Mm, I guess you can say like R&B slash soul pop music. I don't really know. I guess yeah, that's a genre that I tend to gravitate towards, but I'm more into like if anything, I'm really into listening to very specific artists. Like, let's say if I really like you as a specific artist, what I tend to do is I want to listen to your entire discography. I don't necessarily like say, oh, I want to just keep listening to this kind of music. But I guess like in general, that's usually the artists that I like are in that genre, like R&B, soul, pop music. Juan Garcia, where are your 13 reasons why reactions? So, I've been really, really busy with doing other types of videos. I know it's been a very, very, very long time, and I keep saying this, but I'm planning on sitting down at some point today and at least recording a reaction review episode to 13 Reasons Why. Also, I think, it's going to be 4th of July this Wednesday here in the US. So, I know hopefully fingers crossed I don't get called into work tomorrow. Tuesday I have work, but Wednesday is like vacation day here in the US. So, because there's a little bit of like downtime in that sense, hopefully I'll have time to just like sit down and edit them and then just release them slowly. But no worries, Juan. I know it's been a while, but I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna finish season 2. It's just a matter of when. Alex Cocknell, back in the day, would Buffy say Sky had first run, then was aired on BBC Two? Oh, okay. So Sky is like probably the first network in the UK that gets all of the US shows, and then other networks start to rerun those US shows there. CS, maybe you would like Laura Pergolesi music? I've never heard of her. Henrique Otto. Hey, Henrique, I remember you. Um, Shane Labuna. Um, I know it's a random question, but do you have a religion? Yeah, I'm full Catholic. I went to Catholic school from the time I was in kindergarten to 8th grade, and then I went to an all-girls Catholic high school for all 4 years of my high school experience. And yeah, I'm Catholic. Alex Cocknell, not necessarily. BBC, ITV, and Channel 4 and other companies bid, just that Sky have deeper pockets. Oh, I see. That makes sense because of that um, Rupert Murdoch connection. Henrique Otto, how's your day going? My day just started because I literally woke up like less than an hour ago to do the stream. How's your guys' day going? Alex Cocknell, and people have to cough up extra for Sky subscription on top of the TV license. So is Sky sort of like, well, it's not like HBO, but like price wise, is it sort of like HBO? Because I think you like HBO's pretty pricey, but I do know that like HBO also offers like some deals where you have to, like, if you had Hulu, you would pay an additional like $8 for HBO, but like when you compare the add-on of HBO to like add-on to Showtime, like paying for HBO is a lot more expensive than paying for Showtime. So is it kind of like that? Alex Cocknell, like pay cable. Oh, okay. So I guess it is kind of like that. Henrique Otto, LMAO, I always forget about time zones. It's 1:32 p.m. here already. Oh, wow. That's so. I know. Time zones are just like really, really crazy, man. Like, I remember when I was overseas in the Philippines, and like it would be morning there, but it would be like either early evening or late evening the day before in the US. It's crazy. Alex Cocknell, think similar to pay cable back in the day. HBO series like like ER was aired on Channel 4, but Sky outbid the BBC for Game of Thrones. Oh, right. Yeah, okay. So like my HBO comparison kind of works. I see. Oh, I want to go to Europe so badly. I want to go to the UK one day. Fingers crossed I can do that soon. But then I could really experience for myself what it's like watching TV. See, that's the thing too. I always like find it so fascinating watching TV in a different country. I don't know why, I just do. CS, what is your opinion about the direction that the Handmaid's Tale story is going? Do you think it's realistic or just torture? That's an interesting question. I mean, I've heard some people say that the reason why they really don't like watching the show, or some criticism that the show gets, is that the show just shows torture. But, I think The Handmaid's Tale does a really great job with, their narrative direction. I mean, this is kind of like a spoiler alert. Well, you know what? I'm not going to give a spoiler alert here. But I think the way certain relationships have evolved during season 2 is interesting. I mean, they just ended a very, very important story arc in the previous episode in terms of like, June was pregnant. So how do you think it just ended in this previous episode? But Yeah, I think, I mean, it's hard to say if I think the show is realistic, because hopefully it will never be realistic. But there are certain elements of the show that are very realistic in terms of how they cover certain topics. It's just that the show heightens it because of the context that they're telling the story in. So I mean, I'm for the ride in terms of the Handmaid's Tale um storytelling. I'm not really one to, like, it has to be like really bad in order for me to like question the, I guess, authenticity or like the realism of the show in terms of like, oh, could this really happen? Could this really happen? I think they do a good job. So yeah, I guess I would say it is realistic in that context. Alex Cockle, so you would have to be locked into a Sky sub. Is this the euro sign? Wow, I'm so stupid. Of 120 euros a year on top of the 150 euros TV license. Right. Okay. So it is kind of like getting a HBO subscription or something like that. Henrique Otto, what do you expect from HS8 crossover? Oh, I don't know. That's so interesting. You're like the second person like today, and my day's literally not even started, to ask me about American Horror Story, because did some recent news come out? But I do know, like, obviously season 8 is supposed to be the first season, and season 3 crossover. I mean, I'm excited because I really, really, like, I liked season 1 a lot and I liked season 3 a lot. It'll be interesting to see how exactly they're doing it, considering, like, you know, obviously you have the same people playing different characters, so, like, how is that gonna happen? Like, when exactly is this crossover taking place? Are we gonna get Jessica Lange back because this is a season 1, season 3 crossover? I don't know. I don't know. I'm intrigued though, for sure. I'm intrigued. I just hope that they like don't mess it up, because I think a lot of people really enjoyed season 1 and season 3. So, Alex Cockle. So, I bought Game of Thrones on Blinkbox, then Google Play, but looks like I have to rebuy series 1 through 6 on Google Play as Rakuten. Sucks. Dang. That sucks, Alex. You're spending a lot of money. Destiny Lewis, hey girl, hey, hey. Alex Cocknell, BBC's iPlayer was the tech leader in streaming catch-up services. Do you watch Power? No, I don't watch Power. Oh wait, Dana Gold said that. Do you watch Power? No, I don't. Sorry, your guys' like pictures kind of look the same because they're both like black and white, and they're like dark and Alex Cockle and Channel 4 All 4, their catch-up service also uses Red Bee Media Tech and back-end, basically iPlayer. Been boiling her and reading GB as well. Andrew Manford, holy mummy, I just woke up, had the worst sleep. It's 46 degrees outside in southern Ontario. I hope you are cool as Canadians live in igloos. God, I don't even know what the temperature is. Let me see. It is a bit hot though, but I don't want to turn on the fan in the room, because if I turn on the fan, then you're gonna hear like this like sound in the back. So I don't know exactly what the temperature is. Let me look it up. What is the oh well, I mean, typical Southern California fashion, it is 68 degrees Fahrenheit here. It is sunny. Don't really get weather here. So I guess it's, just a typical day. It has been getting like a little hot though, but it's summer. You can expect that. CS, opinions in AHS cult development and finale. Um, well, isn't the finale though? Isn't next season supposed to be the finale? But I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I I've been watching American Horror Story ever since the first season aired. The only season I haven't watched was Hotel, but I mean, there were obviously some stronger seasons than others, but that's normal for a show like this. I'm kind of already getting a little like antsy and sad about the thought of no longer getting American Horror Story, but that's typical to any show that you really like. Henrique Otto. I want Fiona and Queenie back, even though I know their endings. Right? I know. Especially like, well, no, both of them. I really, really want them back. Like, I miss Jessica Lange on in Horror Story. Like, it would be great if somehow they could like make a Jessica Lange cameo happen this season. Like, especially since this is a crossover between 1 and 3, and she played such a predominant part in both of those seasons. And then like Gabourey Sidibe is just like amazing, and I'm like, see, and that's another reason. Like, even though I didn't watch Hotel, I know that she freaking got killed off in that season, and that makes me mad. So, Alex Cockle, Blickbox was. Oh wait, no, I already read that. Dawn Girl, hey girl, have you seen Pose? No, I have not. I need to. I think I want to like binge it all, but yeah, I haven't seen Pose yet, but I really, really want to. I've just been really busy with making videos and like life and work and things, so yeah. But I haven't even finished season 2 of Queer Eye yet, guys. So, Super Carolita 81, hi, 44 degrees Celsius from Montreal. Wow. I've been to Canada, but I've only been to Windsor in Canada. I have family up in Canada, and that's where they're from. But I really, really liked it up there. CS, are you vegan or something like that? No, I'm not. I eat a lot of meat. Alex Cockle, yeah, I know I have the early seasons of Thrones on Blu-ray, but a damn sight easier to Chromecast it all. Oh, like, right, to like have it all together to get all of those seasons. Yeah, that makes sense. CS, I hated that they killed Queenie that way. Yeah, I heard like Angela Bassett's character, doesn't she? Isn't she the one that kills Queenie? But I haven't seen it for myself, so I don't even really know how exactly she dies. Dawn Girl, Pose is amazing. Oh, that's great to hear. I've been like reading some like articles and like tweets that Pose isn't really getting good ratings, which I think is really, really sad because that's a show that deserves really, really good ratings. But I mean, it's good to hear that at least it's really, really good. CS, you should watch Big Little Lies. I've already seen Big Little Lies. That was my favorite show from last season. Big Little Lies. Like, I don't think, like, Big Little Lies and People versus OJ Simpson are probably, like, the two shows I remember in recent memory, like, getting really, really excited for to the point where I would look forward to watching it every single week. Like the minute it would start to be like, oh, I have to watch it right now live. So yeah, I really, really enjoyed Big Little Lies. It's so good. Andrew Manford, yeah, sorry that was in Celsius. Being Canadian and all, haha. 46 is hot. P.S. I found your channel from your Black Mirror reactions. What do you think will be topical in season 5? Um, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know if he'll Charlie Brooker will come out with like some sort of like political episode. They might come out with, I mean, yeah, maybe some sort of like political episode in regards to like bad people and leadership. But then again, it's like, well, that's real life. Something maybe about like news, like the manipulation of news, and can people believe if the news is real or not? Maybe something along the lines of that. I don't know. Oh, the thought of a new Black Mirror season makes me so happy. But I'd rather them like take their time versus like rushing it, because I do feel like season 4 suffered a little bit in comparison to like season 3, cuz like again, like the history of the show is that, kind of to link what we've been talking about with Alex Cockle here. Black Mirror was owned, I believe, by the BBC too, and it aired in the UK. Like, it's a UK show. But then Netflix bought the rights from the UK network, and now it's considered like a a Netflix original, and that's why like the time between season 3 was so long, and I think that's why it really, that season really benefited from a long gap, because they were able to really flesh out new ideas, new individual stories, and at that point they'd only really had 6 episodes, so they still had like lots of room for originality. Not to say that season four's episodes weren't original, like they definitely had some original episodes there, but there were some similarities in terms of like narrative elements. I think I just personally liked the crop of stories that were told in like season 3 versus in season 4. So with all of that being said, I just hope that I'd rather them like take their time in making sure that they flesh out really really original stories. Like even if it takes 2 years for the next Black Mirror to come out, fine. Because I know the wait will be worth it. Because I believe that Charlie Brooker is someone who like he believes in really really good quality. So yeah, but I'm really really excited about season 5. Dana Gold, hey, Trinidad watching here. Hey, oh, okay, Dana's from Trinidad. What's up? Dawn Girl, yes, Big Little Lies is a masterpiece. I agree. Katie, yes, at Dawn Girl, Big Little Lies is amazing. Midori B, does your family support your YouTube channel and posts? It was nice seeing them on your Philippines trip. Um, yeah, they do. I mean, I recently, like, my mom and dad recently found out about my YouTube channel, like, right before we left for the Philippines. And I didn't even tell them, like, I don't even know how my mom literally found my YouTube channel, but she did. And it's okay. But she likes them and they like the vlogs. They think it's cool. I have like 2 aunts that watch the vlogs. Like I have an aunt who literally every time the vlog is late, she'll be like, "Where's episode 7?" or "Where's episode blah blah blah?" So yeah, she watches it on like literally on a consistent basis. I recently just told 2 of my aunts like a week and a half ago about my YouTube channel, but really like in general, like family and friend, like very few people from my family know about the existence of my YouTube channel, and only one friend of mine knows about the existence of this YouTube channel. But the people who do know, they are like pretty supportive. I just for me, I think I'm very protective about this YouTube channel, and I oh no, is it buffering? Okay. Well, for me, I was just saying, I think for me, I'm just very protective about this YouTube channel, and I would rather like wait until it got to like a really, really, really good place before I like told people about it. Not to say that I don't think it's in a good place, but it is still a small channel. And I think, in the back of my head too, I just don't, the idea of like being judged for having a YouTube channel kind of like scares me a bit, because I think to the general public, it's like who don't really watch YouTube, the conception of like what it means to do YouTube is like the Paul brothers, and like my channel's not like that at all. But if you were to tell someone, oh yeah, I make YouTube videos, or I have a YouTube channel, they think like, oh, you're very narcissistic and blah 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 blah. But yeah. Ooh, that's my opinion on that. But in short, yeah, the family and friends that do know, they're very supportive. And the family especially really, really likes the Philippine vlogs. But thanks for watching those. CS, what is your dream job? Ooh, my dream job is probably to own my own production company where I am involved with making different kinds of projects, whether it's like narrative TV on like television, or something on the digital, like something on like a streaming service like a Netflix or a Hulu, or even something like on YouTube. I'd love to work on like narrative storytelling, and then also like documentary series, like having a production company that makes 2 like those different kinds of media would be really really great. And for those of you guys who do watch my Philippine travel vlogs, you know that my family recently is like starting a business there in the Philippines with our apartment building. So I'd love if hopefully the apartment business goes really really well. I would love over time to potentially open another type of building, like another apartment complex under our name somewhere else in the Philippines, and just like building and expanding those businesses. So yeah, I guess like TV content producer, owner of a production company slash like real estate owner, and juggling those two things hand in hand. That's what I would really, really love. And I'd also like love to, if I was, shooting like documentaries and stuff, I'd love to like get paid to travel. That'd be amazing. So I guess all like that is like really my dream job. I guess that's kind of in a way what I'm trying to do here with this YouTube channel. Alex Cockle, a confused. Oh wait, you guys can't see that. Okay, Alex Cockle. It confuses the F out of a lot of people, or it's still made with BBC talent and BBC resources and still by BBC OB crews just for a third party. I think you're talking about Black Mirror, but yeah, that is a bit confusing. Andrew Manford, I totally agree with your season 3 taking time insight. Thanks. Yeah. I just I really think that particular season of Black Mirror benefited because they took their time, and it shows. And not to say that like season 4 like was absolute trash. I don't think it was. There were some really great episodes in it, but I think that's a show that really does need to that really does benefit with time, because like each episode really, you expect it at this point to be so like out there and creative and different, and that creativity takes time. Alex Cockle, ever since John Burt effectively turned the Beeb into a publisher broadcaster, dig out the 1983 broadcast license franchise changes, Thames was the main loser who had produced a lot of the really classic ITV series. Interesting. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with how the TV business works in the UK specifically, but thanks for your insight, Alex. I wouldn't know any of this. CS Shane Dawson. What about Shane Dawson? ARIKM7. How do you find the time to do all these videos, which are great, and work and such? When do you sleep? I make time to do the videos. Like in terms of like right now with my work, it's not necessarily like a traditional 9 to 5 job. So I kind of find out like on the day or like a couple of days in advance, like if I'm gonna be working and for how long. So whenever I'm not working, I'm usually like at home taking care of my mom, because my mom, if you guys didn't know, like last year she had a stroke, so just making sure she's okay. And then recently my mom had an operation, so I've been making sure like she's okay again, because I'm an only child, so, and my dad still works full time. But whenever like I'm here at home with my mom, I try and find time to edit videos or like film something. Or whenever my mom wants to like go out and shop, because that's like her form of exercising, is like going to different stores and walking around and shopping, I usually like will sit in my car and edit a video, or I'll go to like a local like coffee shop that's nearby, if it's like a Starbucks or a Coffee Bean or something, and then I'll edit there. Like it's literally a matter of just finding time. Like whenever there's free time, I'm gonna just film and edit. But thanks. It takes a lot of work, but thanks. In terms of like when I sleep, I tend to sleep like really late. Like really late. Alexandra Chastamara, Spain are out of the World Cup equals depressed Alexandria. Oh, I'm so sorry. I have some friends who are really into World Cup. CS, did you watch oh wait, no, I thought that was a V. I was gonna say the Vampire Diaries. TWD. Are you talking about? I'm assuming you're talking about The Walking Dead. In that case, no, I don't watch The Walking Dead. Dontrell Durant, who are the Paul brothers? You're one of the lucky few, man, that doesn't know who the Paul brothers are. Let's see. Andrew Manford, your mom found your YouTube channel. Haha, Black Mirror Archangel. Haha, JK, I love your travel vlogs. Thanks. You know, it's so funny because I watched this other YouTube channel called Wong Fu Productions, and in one of their videos they were talking about how like if Asian parents got a hold of the tech in Archangel, like they would use it. And like when I was watching it, I was like, oh my god, if that tech was available, my mom for sure would want to fucking. I mean, my mom for sure would want to use that tech. CS, I know it is still airing, but meh. Oh, are you talking about The Walking Dead? Yeah, I mean, I really don't know because I never watched it. Alex Cockle, of course, the Beeb showed the rest of the world how to provide on-demand Olympics. CS, were you in a fandom? Hmm. I guess in a way I was in like the Glee fandom back in the day when that aired. Like that was really like Glee was my first introduction into like what it even like the world of fandoms. Like that was the show that I literally made a Twitter just to follow the people from Glee. I remember going on Tumblr and looking up like this is so embarrassing, like looking up pictures and like reading some fan fiction. Like that was really my first fandom. But the idea of fandoms in general is just it's interesting because there's so many different types. Like you have fandoms in terms of like the TV world, like shipping. Like, do people even say shipping anymore? But like you have like fandoms like from TV shows, and then you have fandoms like from books, and then you have fandoms from like I don't even think they call them fandoms, but like stan groups when it comes to music and music artists. The idea of fandom has always interested me, which is why I would love to down the line make like a docu-series that focus like that each episode focuses on a specific fandom and what it's like to be in that fandom and like the insert fandom here experience. Like I really, really want to do that. Alex Cockle, a Netflix original, was originally on BBC Two, or was originally produced by Granada or Tyne Tees. TV companies in the UK historically did everything in house. It's if Netflix ever tried to call Doctor Who a Netflix original, that would never fly because it's Beeb through and through. Yeah. Yeah, I guess in a way Netflix is really like just a distributor, but I feel like Netflix also puts in some money in terms of like production costs possibly. I don't know. I really don't know what the business model of Black Mirror is. Alexandra Trastamara, an only child. One can only dream of that. Did you wish you had a sibling? Sometimes I did. If anything, I always wished I had like an older brother or an older sister, just like an older sibling in general, just so like, I could ask them questions about life and things like that. I think that's why like anytime I became friends with someone who was older than me, I always kind of like saw them as like an older sibling figure. But you could just like ask them questions about life and certain things and vent to them in a way that you can't really vent to people who are like younger than you or around the same age as you. Like I like having, I guess in a way sometimes I like having older friends who've been there, done that, then they could tell me about their experience. But that's the only reason why I've ever wanted an older sibling. I enjoy being an only child. So KD, Miss Annie, retail therapy legend. Oh yeah, she makes her rounds, guys. She's like, if shopping was a sport, she would win the Olympics. Alex Cockle, editing where and whenever, lots of heavy lifting on virtual desktops and virtualized render farms. Yeah, I mean, I guess it does. It does. Editing on a Mac does take up a lot of like energy, I guess you would say. Andrew Manford, I can't believe you haven't wished your Canadian subs a happy Canada Day today. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay, happy Canada Day, Canadian YouTube subscribers and viewers. I had no idea that today was Canada Day because I'm American, but happy Canada Day. It's the day Canada became Canada or something. Oh, well, I don't think Canadians even know what Canada Day is for. Interesting. Well, happy Canada Day to you guys up north. Alexandra Chastamara at Alex Cockle, who's your favorite Doctor Who companion? Alexandra Chastamara, anyone watch Doctor Who? I don't, so yeah, you'd have to ask around in this little group chat to see who watches Doctor Who. Alex Cockle, Mooks 2012, everyone across, oh, I think you mean Olympics. Everyone across the world were using VPNs and virtual desktops in the UK to spoof access into iPlayer, as they just provided all the sports without any curation. CS, I would love that fandom series. Me too, CS, me too. Alex Cockle, we had regional ITV companies back in the day. CS, especially Tumblr fandoms, those are dark. Oh, I know. Tumblr's like a really dark place, man, in terms of fandoms. Andrew Manford, documentary series on fandom is an awesome idea. I bet you could go super deep with that. Louis Theroux style, venting to older people. Oh, yeah. I feel like my inspiration for fandoms is really because, like, kind of to tie everything together, it's like, as an only child, and I've always kind of like viewed myself as very shy, and it's hard for me to make friends because I'm very shy, and it's hard for me to open up to people. But the few friends that I have managed to make, like, especially like, I made friends like more easily when I was dancing. Like, that was my extracurricular sport growing up, was dance. But I was able to make friends more easily when I was at dance, because, you know, you're there with those people every day. It's like dance is something that you bond over with. But in terms of school, it was always really hard for me to make friends, I guess you would say. Not because, like, you know, I was bullied or anything, it was just because I was shy. But the few friends that I was able to make, especially in high school, it was because we had that same love and passion for something. In that case, it was Glee. And like, two of my best friends still from college, like, I mean, from college, two of my best friends from high school, like, we're still really, really good friends to this day. And it all literally stemmed from a common appreciation for that thing. So I think that's something that's really, really, like, touching and beautiful. And I think that's the reason why I, at the end of the day, really, really want to make it, because I'm just so fascinated with the idea of people who are so vastly different kind of coming together because of a shared passion for something. Um, I just think that's such a really, really interesting idea. And it's, I guess in a way, it's uplifting, and I think people would like that, considering how dark things are in real life right now. And I feel like a lot of shows in general are just really dark, and even though it's a bit more of like a docu-series, I'd like that, because it's sort of like like, I like also the idea of like learning about a certain experience from the people who actually experience it. Like, I think that's pretty cool. And I guess in a way, like, another inspiration for wanting to do that is I saw a documentary that Tom Felton from the Harry Potter series, he plays Draco Malfoy. He made this documentary like a couple years ago called Tom Felton Meets the Superfans, and it was literally like him going to like meeting different people who are like fans of a different sort. Like, he met someone who was really, really into cosplay and liked going to all the cons, and then he met someone who was like obviously really, really into Harry Potter, and then he met someone who his thing was he liked going to like get celebrities autographs. So I just thought that documentary was so fascinating. So that's something I'd really, really like to do. And actually, the two friends who I became really good friends with because of Glee, like, God, like 4 almost 5 years ago, we started writing a TV show. Even though we had no idea what we were doing, we started writing a TV show called Fangirls, and it was about like three friends who are fans of a different sort, and kind of them navigating real life, and them, it's a coming of age story, but it's about like three girls navigating life while navigating what it's like to be a fan, especially a fan in the digital age. I don't know if we're ever going to get back to doing that. I haven't talked to those two friends about that show in a very, very, very long time, but you never know. Maybe it'll be a show one day. Alex Cockle. We had original ITV companies back in the day. Oh, I think I read that. Oh wait, I read all of this. Okay, Andrew Manford. Um, venting to older people is venting to older people is seriously underrated. Venting in general is seriously underrated. Um, Alex Cockle, our re-virtualized server rendering kit. I used to be an IT capacity planner. Oh, that's why you were so technical, Alex. I just know Doctor Who. CS, I just know Doctor Who is a woman now. It's more than Jim. Thank you. Canadian working in Singapore here for the last 6 months. Oh, you're so lucky. I want to go back to Singapore so badly. Um, Eventually, my Singapore vlogs are going to come out. We were there for like we got there on a Thursday night. We stayed a full day. No, wait, no. We got there on a Wednesday night. We stayed the full day Thursday, and then we left Friday afternoon to go to Malaysia. But the short time that I was there in Singapore, like, I love Singapore. Every time I see that freaking trailer for Crazy Rich Asians, it makes me want to go to Singapore. Ugh. If I could go back right now, like if literally a plane were to come to my house right now and be like, we're going to Singapore, I'd be like, let's go. I love Singapore that much. So I'm jealous of you. Philippines is on my long weekend vacation list. Great. Definitely visit the Philippines. Highly recommend. And it's like only, I believe, from Singapore, like 3 or 4 hours away. So, yeah, you should do that. CS, like those fandom people that have encouraged people to kill themselves. I had an experience with Nazis in a fandom community. They were kind of Nazi / kind of authoritarian. Yeah, like some, especially Tumblr, man. It's like really, really dark. Andrew Manford, you were sort of dipping your toe in the water of documentary with travel vlogs. That is true. That's very true. Yeah, little by little, that's why I really like the travel vlogs, because I think the travel vlogs are so different from what I typically do on the channel, but I like that variety, and I like the idea of storytelling through documentaries, so it's cool. Andrew Manford, happy Canada Day, Mr. / Mrs. It's more than Jim, haha. I would love to travel Southeast Asia. Yeah, Southeast Asia, man. I feel like people, whenever they think of traveling, they tend to like, at least here, I don't know, in America, it's like a lot of people, they just want to go to Europe. And I want to go to Europe too. But I think traveling Southeast Asia is so underrated. So and I've only been to, I mean, like Philippines, obviously, Singapore, and Malaysia. But those three different countries are so each individually unique, different cultural, like obviously cultural experiences, different environment completely. And it's so, I really, really loved my time when I was there. So yeah, if anyone ever gets the chance to go to Southeast Asia or any of those countries, go. It's great. CS, do you speak Spanish? No, I don't. I took Spanish when I was in school, but I don't speak fluent Spanish at all. Bunny, random questions about The Handmaid's Tale that has been bugging me since forever. Why does nobody have glasses? Did they magically fix everyone's vision? Oh my god, CS LOL. Wow, buddy, that's an interesting question. I have no freaking idea. CS also brings up the point that Emily had glasses. Yeah, she did. I mean, I guess, however, like, you can make the argument that the women don't necessarily need glasses because they don't read. But then again, like, maybe just, like, day-to-day operations, maybe they can't really, like, see. I don't know. I don't know. Um, that's a really funny question. You should, like, if you ever get the chance to ask someone who is behind the creation of that show why nobody wears glasses, that'd be a really funny question to ask. Um, AW. Did you like the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror? Yes, I loved that episode. In fact, I did. Black Mirror season 3 was my first reaction and review like TV show that I ever did, but um, when I watched San Junipero on my channel, like I had already seen San Junipero, but that, well, no longer, because Beyonce and Jay-Z's album review is now the longest video on my channel, I believe. But, or maybe it's not, I'm not quite sure. But that San Junipero reaction review video on my channel is like one of the longest videos I have on my channel. It's like it's over 30 minutes. I enjoyed that particular episode so freaking much. Was so unexpected. And I think part of the reason why I liked it is because, like, first of all, any TV show that has anything to do with like time travel in general, like always like I get very excited about that. It took place like the first half really took place in the 80s, and I loved the 80s. And like the storytelling was like the story in San Junipero is just so like uplifting, and I think that was the first uplifting episode that the show ever had. And it was also, funny enough, the first episode of TV that I had watched after Trump got elected. Like, I remember Trump got elected like late Tuesday night, and then I finally had the time to watch TV on Friday. And I remember hearing so much about the San Junipero episode of Black Mirror, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. And then I watched it, and it was like the first thing that made me happy, like after Trump got elected. So I guess in a way that's why it like holds a special place in my heart. But yeah, I just thought that episode was so well done. CS, but they don't care about their eyes. I think you're talking about Handmaid's Tale. ARIKM7. LOL. Well, because they all suffer from tunnel vision, they don't need them. CS. It's better for them to can't see that effing hell. Yeah, that's very true. Bunny, before she did, but not in Gilead. And I mean, some of the commanders are as old as Derp. Their vision must suck. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's funny though. It's more than Jim. Thanks, Andrew Manford. Same to you. Southeast Asia's awesome, but I do have a new appreciation for winter now. LOL. Yeah, especially since you're from Canada. I don't think like Southeast Asia. It's like they don't really get. I mean, they do get weather in terms of like rain, but and like really bad thunderstorms, but not snow, which I'm sure must have been a bit of like a shock to you if you're from Canada. CS, maybe they did a short-sighted / myopic purge. LOL XD. Maybe they did. Bunny, LASIK for everyone. LOL. Maybe that was one of the first things they did. Like the minute they brought them to Gilead, it was like everyone LASIK. ARIKM, those that have sat in darkness have seen a great light. Zop. Those that have sat in darkness have seen a great light. Sorry. CS, will June escape this season? I have a feeling June is going to suffer even more. I mean, we have 2 more episodes. I don't know, man. Andrew Manford at IMHO and AW. I loved San Junipero. As a 31-year-old, I love the 80s effect and love story. Made me so happy. I would argue that National Anthem episode 1 is a happy episode. In the sense that like the girl was freed, but the prime minister's life was like literally ruined after that. Andrew Manford, it is a takedown of the establishment. Yeah, and that's true too. The takedown of the establishment. It's like definitely a very like, I don't know if like rebellious episode is the right way of describing it. So I guess in that sense, yeah, but it's like a strange episode. Like anytime, and the creators of the show have said this too, anytime you recommend Black Mirror, a lot of people will say skip the first episode because it's so like, if that's your first introduction into the Black Mirror world, I'm not quite sure if a lot of people would continue to watch because it's just so like, what the hell? So yeah. Bunny, I read somewhere that they're planning on having 10 seasons, so June escaping now seems kind of unrealistic. IDK. Oh my god, 10 seasons. I don't know if The Handmaid's Tale should run for 10 seasons. CS, yes, I read that too. Sebastian Munoz, yeah, I don't know if you had been asked this, but have you ever read the book of The Handmaid's Tale? I have, but not today. I haven't read The Handmaid's Tale book still. I know. I don't even know. Like, I mean, I really should, but we'll see. CS, but like 10 seasons equals 10 years equals no more viable ovaries. I'm scared though. Like, I feel like Gilead would just kill women. Well, then again, they didn't kill like, well, I don't know. We'll see. However, my opinion on all of that is I hope the show doesn't run for 10 seasons because I think that's overkill. Oh, ARIKM7 says, my name is Eric. Like Eric. Okay, I'll keep calling you Eric then. Andrew Manford, haha, yes, I watched Black Mirror episodes 1 through 19 in order. Ooh, wow. Dang. I mean, I've watched Black Mirror. Well, no, that's a lie. Seasons 3 and 4, I watched like the episodes as they appeared in the season in order, but seasons 1 and 2, I jumped around. ARIKM, 10 years? Good lord, that'd be excruciating. I mean, 5 seasons maybe, but 10 seasons? Ugh. Same. I think 4 or 5 seasons is good. Anything more than that, I think, is too much. Wallflower. I feel like Eden will rat out Nick. I think Eden will rat out that entire household, to be honest. Andrew Manford, but I had David Lynch in my brain bank. Oh, well, yeah, David Lynch. That's a pretty dark guy, too. Um, Bunny, but Nick caught Eden with Isaac, so would she really dare to tell on him? That's true. But I don't know if Nick is the kind of guy to, like, tell, you know? I don't know. So, yes, I mean, Eden is always searching love and sex, a little bit contradictory. Or is it contradictory? um, let's see. All right. Well, we've been doing this for 56 minutes. Um, let's see. It's crazy to think that we only have 2 more episodes of Handmaid's Tale. That is crazy. It's more than Jim. On the show Underground, they escape but went back for family members in season 2. June could escape but become a Harriet Tubman of Gilead, and the show could spread out to more characters / storylines. Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, that'd be an interesting way of like macroing the story. Eric M7. I think Eden is going to get killed. Her looking for any attention is going to send her to the wall. I think at this point, because they showed that point, they showed us that clip of like a woman and a man, like I don't know if like I think they were underwater. Everyone is just like, who is that? So we will see. I'm fingers crossing that that's not Nick, but I don't know. Um, Sebastian Munoz. Have you ever heard about the religion of June's actress Elizabeth? The other day, I figured out about her religion. I read a lot of negative stuff about it, so I did a research and discovered that her religion is banned in my country, Chile, and was considered a cult. Yeah, Elizabeth Moss is a Scientologist. But I mean, when I watch the show, I'm watching June, and I know it's like Elizabeth Moss is like a really great actress, and that's like really all I think about when I'm watching Handmaid's Tale. I don't really like to think about like, ooh, but she's a Scientologist, because like it takes me out of the show. But I mean, I understand some people's reservations in not wanting to watch it because of her religion. So, because that is, I I remember watching parts of that Leah Remini Scientology docuseries she did, and I was like, ooh, that's scary. Bunny. He doesn't seem like someone to tell on people. Yep, that's exactly what I was saying, but if it meant protecting June, I think he would. Well, that's true. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see. C.S. Eden will die drowned, I'm sure. Andrew Manford, would you consider Black Mirror to be different from production from the UK than Netflix, which I believe is an American company? Um, I don't know. I mean, they told, like, starting with season 3, like, they were hiring talent that were American, and they had some episodes that were set, like, in America. I'm not quite sure, though, that I would consider it different. I mean, I definitely think when it came to Netflix, the production quality increased. Like, there's some episodes that they've done, like, especially in terms of, like, scale, that I don't think they would have been able to do had they just stayed a, like, UK production. Because Netflix, like, they got money, so, I don't know. I don't think it's really that different. Andrew Manford, Tom Cruise is amazing. Amazing, amazing in PTA's Magnolia, Scientology speaking. What is that? Wallflower, I want more Rita's screen time. Same. I think Rita is so freaking sassy, and I love her side eyes. I would love a Rita, like, episode. It'd be great. Sebastian Munoz, what's your favorite animated TV show? I don't really watch, like, animated TV shows, but growing up I did. Like, as a kid, I loved watching on Disney Channel. They had this animated show called Recess. I loved Recess. I also really liked, like, Hey Arnold. This is a really obscure animated show that I think appeared, like, on Disney. Maybe, like, the Disney, like, on Disney Kids or something. It was called, like, The Weekenders. I really liked that. I also really liked, I mean, like, Proud Family, obviously. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. Alex Cockle, Recess, etc. are carried on ITV over here. Great, so now if I ever go to the UK, I know where to find Recess. Eric M7, considering the mainstream wacko cults who care what a person believes as long as they are humane. Yeah, I mean, like, even though you may not agree with Elizabeth Moss's, like religious beliefs, like, it's not like she's, like, freaking killed anyone or done anything like that, so she's fine in my book. Wallflower, I've been watching Recess a lot lately. Lots of episodes on YouTube. Oh my god, great to know. CS, I have found tons of Scientology ads in my YouTube. Yikes. Eric M7, it's kind of ironic she's starring in a series about a whacked out cultic regime when she herself is involved in what others consider a cult. Yeah, that's a bit ironic. Alex Cockle, not now. Oh, dang. Damn it. Well, at least it's on YouTube somewhere. Bunny, I wonder if Serena will go completely psycho after she gets Holly. She will probably take out all of that built up anger on June. Oh, I'm sure of it. That's why I'm kind of scared for June. Andrew Manford, Paul Thomas Anderson's movie Magnolia from the early 2000s. It's amazing. I was just making reference to art being appreciated from all sorts. Oh, cool. Yeah, I didn't even know that was a movie. Alex Cockle, a lot of stuff is now on paid TV, but back in the day, our Saturday mornings carried magazine programs, or will be on Disney Live most likely. Yeah, they had sort of like a Disney-ish channel, I remember back in the day in the Philippines too, so I guess it kind of works like that. Eric M7, The Weekenders, Recess, Flashback. Yep, I know I'm showing my age there. It's more than Jim. She was born into Scientology too, I believe, so she gets a bit of a break in my books. I really don't know. I mean, I know Elizabeth Moss has siblings, so maybe it is in the family with her. But yeah, I mean, like, again, I'm not gonna, like, hate someone just because they're a Scientologist, you know what I mean? But as far as I'm concerned, I think she's a great actress, so there you go. Alex Cockle. Considering that Recess, DuckTales, etc., are Disney content, I'm 47 to give you a timeline. Oh, okay. That's why you're, like, also really, really knowledgeable in terms of, like, the history of things, too. CS, what is your favorite candy? I like that peanut butter chocolate. Are you talking about Recess? My favorite candy, I really like a classic Hershey's bar with almonds. I can always do. I love Twix. That's a great candy bar. I also I like the Cease and Godiva chocolate bars. It's a little like bougie, but I remember back in the day I knew someone who saw the Godiva chocolate bars and they thought they were Godiva chocolate bars, which I kind of just want to keep calling it Godiva chocolate, but yeah, I like those chocolate bars too. But yeah, Twix, Hershey's, good to go. And like the Hershey's Kisses. Like there was a time when they had like a white and milk chocolate like swirled Hershey Kisses with almond in the middle. So good. Bunny, all-time favorite book. I would say Perks of Being a Wallflower, which is like so basic, but I really like that. I liked The Great Gatsby. That was like one of the few books I actually read in high school that was required reading. But I would say my favorite, possibly all time book is a book called One Day by David Nichols. It was actually made into a movie that starred Jim Sturgis and Anne Hathaway, and the movie, like, effing sucked. And it's not their fault. It was just like, I think that's just a story that's really hard to translate for like movie and for like a movie, but the book was just so good. I still have it. I've kind of been low-key wanting to reread it, but yeah. One Day by David Nichols is really, really good. Sebastian Munoz, I highly recommend you to watch Outlander. I feel like Outlander's one of those shows that people are like, low-key a lot of people watch, but no one really talks about. Alex Cockle, Dinosaurs was on IYTV at tea time. A lot of the kids series would be aired in the CITV time slot, then related within ITV Kid Magazine shows like Motormouth. Oh, I've never heard of Motormouth. I think I remember hearing about Dinosaurs though. Katie, Twix Dark is so good. I'm more of like a traditional Twix girl. I don't think I've ever tried like the other kinds of Twixes. Alex Cockle, Saturday AM Kids TV, INT in the 70s. BBC One had multicolored swap show, then Saturday Superstore live and kicking. Eric M7, I grew up in a Pentecostal evangelical church. Talk about the Handmaid's Tale Redux. I got out. So, dot dot dot. And yeah, go Diva Chocolate. Yeah, go Diva Chocolate. CSOMG. Alex Cockle, ITV had Tizwas in the 70s, then stuff like Wide Awake Club on TVA and franchise carried on ITV. CS, I haven't eaten those candies, but they seem effing delicious. Yeah, they are really, really good. Bunny, do you like Stephen King? I love his books, but can't watch the movies. I like want to get into Stephen King, but I think a part of me is honestly too scared. But I haven't read any of his books, but I did watch It, the newest one, in theaters. I think that came out when, like 20, was that 2017? But I mean, I liked that one, even though it was like scary as hell. But that's the only Stephen King movie I've watched. I haven't even seen The Shining yet. Alex Cockle, ATILEM7. Do you see elements of Lou? Oh, is this okay? Do you see elements of Lou Engle and Fred Waterford? I'm not quite sure if you're asking that to someone in the chat, but I don't know who Lou Engle is to answer that question, Alex. Alex Cockle, CITV from 1500 to 1750 daily during weekdays. BBC Kids slot was 1515 to 1740. CS, it was okay, but wasn't that effing best horror movie BuzzFeed was describing. I think honestly, BuzzFeed hypes up a lot of things that to the point where it's like really, really annoying, and they'll like describe something as the greatest thing ever or life changing, and it's like, but was it the greatest thing ever? Was it really that life changing? Gizzle Kulanisi, what do you think? Foot fetish. Live your truth. Alex Cockle, Antulum 7, did you ever attend Engel's Creepy the Call events? Basically, you have your real life Sons of Jacob right there. Andrew Manford, I broke a tooth chewing a McDonald's Happy Meal dinosaurs toy. I think it was the dad with his stainless steel lunch pail. Oh my god. Alex Cockle, Lou Engle, he heads up basically a militant wing of Promise Keepers. They were praying to turn America into Gilead. Oh my god, that's scary. I attended The Call event in Reading UK in 2002 before we knew how dangerous he was, along with the International House of Prayer. Ooh, that is chilling. CS, it is a really good book because of the deep characters, especially Beverly. Andrew Banford, I just want to write something weird to see how you'd pronounce it. Oh man, okay, 87 F Geda 5. There you go, Andrew. Alex Cockle, they are real life Christian dominatrix Dominance? Hmm. Um, Eric M7, yes, thank God the Promise Keepers ended up not being able to keep their promise. They're dwindling. Alex Cockle, oh, Dominionists. Dominionists. There we go. I was like, Dominionists. Dominionists. CS, Papas Fritas. Andrew Manford, tisk tisk accent on the 7. Alex Cockle, it is a thing. CS, Air Air Cigaro. Alex Cockle, Angle actually called for prayer cover over Pence, etc. Ooh, that's scary. Pence. Ooh, yikes. Let's see here. Eric M7, Dominion was also the name of the Exorcist prequel. Coincidence? You decide. Hello. AW, I highly recommend Westworld and or Downton Abbey. I need to start watching Westworld because everyone keeps freaking talking about Westworld, but I have watched Downton Abbey. I still have to finish the last season, but I loved that show. Ooh, that's a great show. I feel like it's just such a nice change of pace, especially in comparison to like what's on TV right now. I really like Downton. It's like I described this before in a previous live stream, but watching Downton is like eating a delicious cake ever so slowly. Alex Cockle, hence why season 2, episode 6, Serena Joy, you have a real life SJ in Serena Joy and Sue Vanker, who is Phyllis Scheffley's real world niece. They wrote The Flip Side of Feminism, Your Real World, A Woman's Place. Ooh. Wow, Alex is so freaking knowledgeable. Thanks for the insight. Bunny, have you seen the trailer for the new Queen movie yet? Yes, I have. Very excited to see it. Andrew Manford. Andrew Manford is the greatest guy ever. uh, Eric M7. Downton was great. I love Maggie Smith's Woo! I loved Maggie Smith's quips. She made the show. Yeah, Maggie Smith, like, she literally deserved every Emmy that she got for Downton. And she never picked up one of them. Alex Cockle, Phyllis Scheffley campaigned against the era in the 70s. Damn, how old is Phyllis? Bunny, what is a weekend? I said it like her, right? There we go. Alex Cockle and Atwood based the book Serena Joy on Phyllis and Tammy Faye Baker, wife of Jim Baker. Eric M7, LOL, what's a weekend? Is this form of communication or a torture device? Okay, I said that in a really, really bad English accent, so, sorry to my English viewers, but, um, uh, I hope there on YouTube there exists, like, a compilation of Maggie Smith's best lines in Downton. Alex Cockle, so was the whole Reagan Thatcher shit. Don't know about that, but thanks for the additional insight, Alex. Enid Grimes, what do you think of The Walking Dead? I don't watch The Walking Dead. Bunnies, so put that in your pipe and smoke it. The emoji face, good morning. Bunny, their dowager was the best. Alex Cockle, and with aunt and niece literally writing a woman's place in real life. Andrew Manford, I've not seen Downton Abbey, but if you could live or visit non-San Junipero like a time in history, what would it be? Mine would be ancient Rome during Caligula. I mean, this is probably not the most creative time, but I would love to just go back to the 80s, man. I love 80s music. I think 80s culture. I think the 80s was just like such a unique time, and I feel like it was such a very like endearing, optimistic, hard on your sleeve time. I would love to go back to the 80s and experience everything I love about that period of time, like actually for myself. If time travel was a real thing, man, I would go back to the 80s. But if I wanted to be a bit more creative, mm, I don't know. I have to think about that one. It's more than Jim. Yes, there is a Maggie Smith compilation. Great, I will be watching it after this stream. Eric M7, Serena Joy based on Tammy Faye? Really? If she was Tammy, she'd be laying hands on June and praying the rebellion away while she popped a few painkillers. Alex Cockle, look up the Alpha Woman's Guide to Men and Marriage and her stuff on Fox. Look at the clip. She goes full Aunt Lydia in those interviews. Oh my god. I don't know if I want to watch that. That might scare me. Would you rather burn to death or freeze to death? Burn to death. Then they gave a little smiley emoji. Eric M7, having lived in the 80s, it was cool, but I would never want to go back. I would. Well, I mean, like, then again, it's like, because you experienced it. I haven't experienced it. I would want to go back. Andrew Manford, 80s, you say? Okay, when do we get married? LOL. Alex Cockle, book Serena Joy was based on Tammy Faye. The showrunners updated her to be Vanker, Coulter, Lauren, Katie Hopkins. That's why she's so freaking terrifying. Alex Cockle, Vanker actually blamed harassment on the victims on air on Fox. God, these are scary people, man. Enid Grimes, Nick and June or Luke and June? Nick and June. AW. But then again, it's like kind of unfair because it's like we've seen more, even though they do flashbacks, but it's like Nick and June, like we've seen that relationship like develop from nothing into something, and like those two, like to quote Rihanna, they found love in a hopeless place. But yeah, Nick and June. AW, I'm not sure if you've seen Game of Thrones, but I honestly can't stand waiting. I've seen the first season of Game of Thrones, but I don't watch Game of Thrones, but I empathize with you having to wait for very long periods of time for a new season. Um how do you feel about the junior situation? What's the junior situation? Eric M7, yeah, I could see Serena Joy, a la Coulter Geist, and Fox Red Wing Bimbo. Bunny, I think Handmaid's Tale is present every day in small ways. That's very true. For example, where I'm from, the government tried to pass a law that would forbid women who haven't had children to donate their ovaries. Ah, that's scary. But yeah, I do agree with that, Bunny. Alex Cockle, other people in the MRA community like Janet Bloomfield called for women to lose the vote unless they serve. Think Highline Starship Troopers. Wow, that's scary. Eric M7, Bunny, OMG, that is frightening. Alex Cockle, Atwood basically wrote it as 20 minutes into the future. Spec fiction. Yeah, I get it. Handmaid's Tale in a way is kind of like science fiction-y, I guess. Andrew Manford, at AW, I know I've actually started reading the books in 1999. Ugh. Alright, how long have we been doing this? Alex Cockle, speculative fiction. Oh, okay, that's what you mean. Sabrina Popal, how do you think The Handmaid's Tale will end season 2? Maybe finding out who was in the water, like who's gonna die. I think that's how season 2 is gonna end. Like we're gonna find that out in the last episode. I don't know if June's gonna get out though. Or maybe June will get close. I don't know, but it's like if they do the thing of June gets close but then she gets captured again, it's like I don't know. It's more than Jim. That's probably why they will kill Nick. Too complicated if June escapes. AW, LOL, I just recently discovered that Grey Worm from Game of Thrones signs and he's low-key... Oh, sings! And he's low-key bumping. Like, damn, we really sleeping in Grey Worm. Anyone who watches Game of Thrones should check him out. Watch Bad Girls Club. Is Bad Girls Club still on? Bunny, at Eric M7. And what's worse is that I live in a well-developed European country. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. Eric M7, Bunny, hopefully saner minds will prevail, unlike, this country. Yeah. Same. Okay. Andrew Manford, what is Bad Girls Club? You don't want to know, Andrew. They canceled it last year? An end of an era. All right. Well, I'm gonna give this like 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna end it. But Camila was Bay, or Camila was Bea. I don't know who Camilla is. Bloop 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 Bunny, Eric M7, I believe so. They've tried it thrice, I think, over the years and haven't accomplished much yet. Oh, I'm so sorry, Bunny. Well, that's scary that that actually was a thing. Katie, here we go. Whitney this weekend. I'm not ready. Katie, girl, I've literally been watching all of the press that Pat Houston has been doing, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm so excited. I'm so freaking excited for that Whitney movie. I think like this week, not that I don't do it already, but I'm gonna like do a full on like Whitney marathon. Like I'm gonna listen to all of the albums in order again. I'm gonna watch all the movies, and then I'm gonna watch like documentaries, and I'm gonna definitely rewatch that Whitney Lifetime movie, and I'm gonna I need to rewatch Whitney Can I Be Me before I watch the new documentary. Like I need to be like in my Whitney zone. I'm so like you like I don't know if anyone in this chat aside from me and Katie are like huge Whitney Houston fans, but I've made like 3 separate videos in anticipation for this movie. Like this like the excitement I feel for this documentary is the same excitement I must have imagined many people felt about the Avengers movie. Like that's how excited I am. Oh, I am so excited. And it's like funny too cuz it's not going to be like a cheery movie. It's going to be depressing as hell, but I'm so ready for my soul to be crushed. And I'm so ready for like the behind the scene footage. I'm like, or like the unseen footage, I'm so excited for. And just to hear like her family talk about certain issues, I'm just like, I read this interview though that appeared in Vanity Fair like a couple months back when that news broke of her getting molested by Dee Dee Warwick, which I'm still like I reeling over. But I read this interview from the director, and he was basically saying how like he this is like the hardest project he has ever worked on because he had to do multiple interviews because he could tell that like some of the family members he was interviewing or some of the people he was interviewing in general were like straight up lying. So he had to do multiple interviews in order for them to like start feeling more comfortable and opening up to him. So I'm just like, oh my god. I'm so excited. Ugh, so excited. Um, what was the last season you saw? Of what? Of oh, a Bad Girls Club? I never watched Bad Girls Club, but I do remember it being on. Is Whitney still alive? I don't know, you tell me. Katie, girl, I'm going to binge too. Katie, you and I, man. Katie, I low-key want 2 Gay Mats to do a review of this freaking documentary. So I could just have another person, like, oh, I need to talk about this with someone. I'm so excited. Um, Eric M7, Whitney will never die. I know. She lives in our hearts forever. Um, Andrew Manford, who is Whitney, JK. Bunny, do you watch Supernatural? No, I don't. AW, what shows would you recommend? I mean, I could just recommend my typical, like, Handmaid's Tale, Black Mirror, American Horror Story, um, The Crown on Netflix. I love The Crown. That was really, really good. Yeah, those shows. Pose. I haven't watched Pose yet, but watch Pose too. We Stan Whitney. Beyonce who? No, I'm not gonna shade Beyonce at all. I'm not saying that. I love me some Beyonce. Katie, I just cannot wait to see her. I know, like, oh, I'm so excited to like see new footage of Whitney Houston. Like, we're gonna see, like, I don't know if you could like tell, but I'm like literally starting to well up. Like the fact that we're gonna get new freaking footage of Whitney, like in the fucking 90s. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Katie, I just cannot wait to see her. Her wardrobe, the iconic shade. Oh my god. Apparently, like, she shades Janet Jackson in the movie as well, which I'm like, oh, Janet. But you know what? I think like Whitney, even though she definitely shaded the hell out of Paula Abdul in that trailer, I think if Whitney were alive today, like she would have like like I think she would have respect for both of them, but especially for Janet. Like I think Whitney knows like her and Janet are two very different artists. Like Whitney's is like singer. Like she could just stand there and sing. Janet, like she doesn't have like a Whitney voice. She has like a soft little vocal, but she can like dance like no other. They're just two very different artists. Oh, I don't know if I'm buffering again. Okay, they're just two very different artists with two very different like skill sets. But I think Whitney respected Janet. So she said the iconic shade, the voice. Oh, I wish, like, I doubt that this is in it. I'm so mad that no one recorded her in the studio laying down, like, vocals during her Bodyguard era. Like, that's what I think about all the time. Like, how come no one was in the studio? Like, how come no one was recording her when she was recording those songs? How come no one was recording Michael Jackson when he was in the studio making Thriller? How come nobody recorded like certain artists making like, even though obviously hindsight is 2020, but like how come they didn't record those artists making those albums? Like what were you doing? God. But I'm so excited. Oh, Jesus. And Sissy always takes me out. Yo, I'm so excited to see them like address, because like you saw it in we saw it in the trailer, the Kevin McDonald, who's the director, asking them, so like, what do you think about Robin Crawford? Like, to see the family confronted with that question and have to answer it. I'm so excited. Wow. Ooh, I'm so excited. Um, Enid Grimes, what show would you recommend me to watch that's as good as Handmaid's Tale? Black Mirror. Watch Black Mirror. Ericum7, my fave singer is Afra Haza, so I'm as full on with her life and legacy as you are with Whitney. Some talent is beyond time/space and the mortal coil. Amen, amen, amen. Um, I've been drinking a lot of water and I have to pee every 10 minutes. Bunny, just a thought, but wouldn't it be legal? Wouldn't it be illegal or illegal, right, for the refugees in Canada to get their children out from Gilead? How's it legal to hold one's child? I don't know. Maybe because those children are not now under like the law of Gilead because they're physically in Gilead. And plus it's like, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how the law works in Handmaid's Tale. Wig has left the chat room. Andrew Manford, do you think that inflation theory is within the realm of known physics, or does it push the idea of gravity being faster than light too much? You know, just a casual question from Andrew. I have no idea, Andrew. Um, KD, so true. Whitney and MJ really had no idea how truly iconic those eras would be. I know. But, like, you know what, though? Here's my thing. Like, even though Whitney and MJ might not have known in the moment, however, I would argue that maybe Michael did, because Michael, like, for those of you guys who don't know, when Michael Jackson was making Thriller, like, he was on a mission to make the biggest selling album of all time. Like, he put that into fruition. Like, he was a believer of The Secret, and he obsessively was believing in this idea that while he was making Thriller, this is going to be the biggest biggest selling album of all time, and it was. But in any case, I just feel like, considering who they were at that point in their career, like by that time, like before Bodyguard, like Whitney had already made 3 really, really great albums. So like, yeah, when Whitney Houston is in the studio making the album for her first ever movie, and you see the quality, and you like hear and see the quality of those songs, like wouldn't you think like, we should be recording this. Also, with Michael, like, by that time he had done the Jackson 5 and, like, the Jacksons, and then he had done Off the Wall, and then, like, especially with Michael, you have this guy saying, yeah, this is gonna be the biggest selling album of all time. Like, I think that would be an interesting documentary. Like, where's Janet's documentary of her making Rhythm Nation? Where's the Prince documentary of, I don't know, like, I mean, Purple Rain making, I mean, you have the narrative movie for that, but like a documentary of the making of Purple Rain would have been really interesting. But like, even then, it's like Prince really wasn't Prince until like, even though he had like success before Purple Rain, but that was like the big mainstream success. A Sign of the Times documentary, like Prince's creative process would have been great. I don't know. It's just like what happened? Alex Cockle. For those asking in response, the historical bit on Handmade, look up the old 700 Club footage from the 80s and 90s. Genesis's track Jesus He Knows Me. They were skewering the blab it, grab it a lot. Ugh. Dworkin McKinnon joined up with James Dobson in the 80s, hence Atwood writing the book. BBC produced some docos on Prince, etc. Ran on BBC4 over here. Oh, cool. Maybe I could try and find those on YouTube. But I mean, like, a print, like something that Prince was involved in, like not like a third outside source documentary, you know? Like, when Beyonce did Life is But a Dream, and that was low key her creative process during the Four era. Or like Year of Four is a documentary about Beyonce's creative process during the Four album era. That would have been great to have for those albums and for those artists. Or look at Eagle Rock's output. Lord disrespected Whitney, and then she did the little frog emoji sipping tea. Lord was dumb. Andrew Manford, how do you know where Will Smith has walked during winter? Look for the Fresh Prince. It's more than Jim. I think there's no footage because we didn't have the same reality TV demand that we do today. That's true, but I mean, like, it doesn't even necessarily have to be like shot in the like reality scandalous sort of thing. Like, look, like Michael Jackson in the 80s did a making of Thriller documentary. Like, it was only 30 minutes long, but I remember it was something that was on VHS tape, and in 2002 my mom bought me that making of Thriller VHS tape because that was when I really started becoming obsessed with Michael Jackson. And like, that happened, so hello, no excuse. I think they still could have made a documentary in a way that was like tasteful and not like, ooh, salacious. Like, that's not the kind of documentary I want. Like, I just want a documentary about the freaking creative process of those albums and of those artists during that point in their career. Like, I think that would have been something that's just so special to capture and see. Eric M7. Alex, we called it Name It and Claim It. It's kind of what The Secret is now. Same game, different name. Even reality TV's all stage. Yep, that's true. Tiffany Ricketts Sadrazade. Ooh, I feel like I butchered your name, girl. Hi from Houston. Hello, H-Town. I feel like I just keep throwing out these like Houston like slang words because I've listened to Beyonce a lot, so forgive me. um Eric M7, I know. Well, duh. LOL. Alex Cockle, plenty of stuff covered at the time. Docos on Quincy Jones and Rod Temperton. I haven't seen specifically. I'm sure they're out there. I just personally haven't watched the Rod Temperton documentary for sure. I've never seen Quincy Jones. I've seen like little snippets, but I think like I've seen the snippets of this like Quincy Jones documentary from back in the day when like he was visiting Michael Jackson on the set of Thriller, and then I think like Michael Jackson walked in on a session with Quincy Jones and Frank Sinatra. I've seen that, but I've never actually seen that full documentary. Andrew Manford at Eric M7. I agree. Reminds me of my favorite Black Mirror episode, 15 Million Merits. Yeah. I feel like 15 Million Marins was like low key like a shade at American Idol and all of those like talent competitions. Um, Tiffany Ricketts Sadrazati. Great try. Thanks, Tiff. Alex Cockle, AR7. I remember we had it over here in the UK as well. Challenged a bit by Billy Graham. Grahamites. Look at Eagle Rock's output. Classic albums should be on major streaming services. BBC4 carry a lot of Eagle Rock's music docos. Brits were not impressed with Franklin Graham, though. Yeah, I don't know who Franklin Graham is, but Eagle Rocks. I feel really bad for asking, but is Eagle Rock like a band? I know the Eagles are a band. Okay, I'm gonna give this 5 more minutes. Or 6 more minutes. No, wait, 5 more minutes. So we'll round out to 100. Alex Cockle, Franklin Graham, hardline conservative Christian minister. Oh, I see. Okay. Eagle Rock is a production company. Oh, I see. Okay. Right. Okay. No one is impressed. Eric M7, no one is impressed by Franklin Graham. Billy Graham's son. Yeah, that whole world of like religious extremists is very like creepy. He's just as bigoted and anti-Semitic as his father. Alex Cockle, Franklin was the one who said the Americans were fighting a crusade against the Taliban back during Gulf War II. Alex Cockle, thus making everyone's job harder. Andrew Manford, what's your favorite Black Mirror episode and why? Haha, they came out accusatory. Sorry. Oh no, I didn't take it as that. My favorite Black Mirror episode is San Junipero. That's my favorite Black Mirror episode because time travel, 80s, great storytelling, emotional as hell, and uplifting, which is weird to say in a Black Mirror episode, but it was one of the few uplifting episodes of the show. And I just like the writing of that episode is just so like that entire concept ever existing, I think is so unique, and that's such a creative idea. Really, really cool. Like I could watch a whole series about set in a world of San Junipero. Eric M7. Yeah, frame in terms of a religious war and all is well with the good fight. Alex Cockle, because we played into the hands of the apocalyptic thinkers on both sides. Thank David Jeremiah end time stuff and ISIS preaching. Andrew Manford, did you like the concept of Hang the DJ then? I liked it, but I do think that, because people, you know, like, we're making comparisons between Hang the DJ and San Junipero because it's like both of those episodes are the love stories of Black Mirror, but I liked Hang the DJ. I thought Hang the DJ was more of like a commentary of like online dating and like app dating, because that's like what it's like now. However, I would say that I think San Junipero has more emotional depth than Hang the DJ because the stakes felt a bit higher with San Junipero. Like the Hang the DJ stakes, like yeah, there were stakes involved because it's like, you know, are these two people going to get together, and they only have so much time left with one another until, like, you know, we realized at the end of the episode what was really going on. But I just personally, I liked it. Hang the DJ was one of my favorite episodes from season 4. I think Black Museum though was my favorite from season 4. But yeah, I like the concept. But I like whenever people usually say like San Junipero or Hang the DJ, I will always say San Junipero because I just think the story of San Junipero had more emotional depth and weight than Hang the DJ. Hang the DJ was fun. Eric M7. Now you know I don't want to go back to the 80s. Such wacko religious BS. Tiffany Ricketts Sandrazotti. I love when you do your reviews of The Handmaid's Tale. I can't wait for them. Thanks, Tiffany. Glad that you really enjoy those. Alex Cockle, I know what you mean. People think Footloose 1984 was a parody. It wasn't. I remember Uso viewer this side of the pond laughing at a Jack chick type shit. Eric M7, OMG, those chick pamphlets and crap. Okay, well, I am going to give it one more minute. So if you guys have any last minute questions, any last minute things you want to talk about, now's the time to do so. Andrew Manford, I agree 100%. San is better than Hang the DJ, but Hang the DJ had the gravitas of being in a bad relationship forever, keeping up appearances. That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's another element. Get that, like, that's another, like, those are two additional stakes to Hang the DJ. But again, I just think the weight of San Junipero, like, you know, is, it's like death. Like, hello. That's like the arguably the biggest stake of all, right? Eric M7, he thought those comics were so fun. They were horrid and lame. Alex Cockle, there were hardline red states who pre-watched that Look at Reddit Purple Pill debate and the Insulteers community where we deconstruct the past. Eric M7, one more minute. This was great. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gosh, we've been going for like an hour and 40 minutes. Katie, can't wait for the new travel vlog. Next time we chat, Whitney. Ooh, Katie, and then she gave me a heart emoji. Katie, get excited. Like, I already filmed a video that's gonna be coming out the day that the Whitney Houston movie comes out. Stay tuned for that. It's a very exciting video that I'm shocked that I had the opportunity of making. So get excited for that. It has something to do with the Whitney movie. But yeah. Oh, next live stream chat. Hopefully there will be some people who have seen the Whitney movie so that we can talk about it. Andrew Manford, thanks for the chat. Take care, cutie. Happy Canada Day to all, LOL. Yes, happy Canada Day to all of the Canadian people out there. Eric M7, happy Canada Day. We have Canada Day today and then 4th of July this Wednesday here in America. Have a great week, everyone. I guess I'll say to my fellow Americans out there, happy early 4th of July. I hope you have a safe 4th of July this Wednesday, even though America's trash right now. But, yeah. Happy 4th of July. 4th of July, low-key, is, like, always one of my favorite holidays, mainly because of the food. And I just like holidays centered around food. And it's, like, summer, so you're like, ooh, I want to go out, get some sun. But in terms of, like, actually celebrating America right now, I'm just kind of like, ugh. And, I mean, the only time I've ever really felt patriotic is when I watched Beyonce in that On the Run documentary, and she had that black and white American flag train in when she was wearing that dress. It was like a moment. And then, of course, watching Whitney Houston sing the Star Spangled Banner. There we go. That's the definition of patriotic. But Andrew Manford, oh, Trump just needs a hug, LOL. Tiffany Ricketts saw Drazati, you too. Okay, well, with that being said, I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for joining. If you haven't already, please give this live stream a like. And don't forget to watch the Whitney Houston documentary coming out July 6th. Because we'll be talking about it right here on the channel. And then I'm going to do a movie review on it probably on Wednesday. Or maybe even earlier. Who knows? But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Eric M7, we've survived. Worse, Trump is a blip. We are resilient people. This too will pass. So celebrate. We have a future. This too shall pass. Andrew Manford, I'll watch. Thanks for the rec. Bye-bye. Bye. Okay, well, bye.